Hey guys! So in today's video, I'm going to be addressing a question that I get asked often about how to transition from this career into counseling. And this video is literally for any career. It doesn't even have to be related to counseling. It can be absolutely anything, whether you were a mathematician, an engineer, an architect, or a nurse, and then you want to transition into counseling. Absolutely anyone and everybody can fit into one of the two routes that I'm going to talk about in today's video. So keep watching. So this is a one-size-fits-all approach, like I said, no matter where you're coming from. And what I'm going to do to make this a bit easier for you is I'm going to create a playlist for this specific question. I'm going to call it Transitioning into Counseling, so that you can find all the videos that I've recorded that will help you with transitioning from whatever career you're in into counseling. So the first route that I'm going to share with you is a 2.5 year route, which is probably the quickest way to become qualified as a counsellor, which is brought to you by the CPCAB, which I've talked about. And this is called the Level 234 Fast Track course. So this is 2.5 years, and it literally takes you from not having any experience or any qualifications in counselling to being fully qualified. So I would say this route is good for those of you who want a quick transition into counselling, who don't want to waste time, and who have the time to be able to commit to it, because it's going to be quite full on to do everything in the short time of 2.5 years, as opposed to other routes which usually take between 3 to 5 years. So if you have a lot of time on your hands, I would highly recommend following this route. All you have to do when you're doing your application, amongst other things, of course, is showing that you're going to be fully committed to this course, because it is going to be very demanding. It's going to require a lot from you emotionally, physically, mentally, financially. So be prepared as well for that. So on this course, you'll learn a lot of theory, namely CBT, person-centered, Gestalt, neuro-linguistic programming, and psychodynamic theory. And then when you reach level 4, which is going to be where you finally become qualified, you'll also have to do placement, which is where you finally get to meet clients and work with clients, and you also have clinical supervision, and you'll also have to be in personal therapy. You'll also have to do coursework so that you can be assessed on your understanding of theory. You'll also have to do a lot of client case studies, self-review, case presentations, learning reviews, client and supervision recordings, 2 assignments, and a report from your placement, or placements depending on how many you choose to do. So as you can see, in 2.5 years, it's a lot of work to do. And, you're not just going to be in the classroom. You're going to be with clients. You're going to be with your supervisor. You're going to be at placement. You're going to be in personal therapy. So it's a lot of things to be doing all at once. So of course, they'll gradually ease you into it and guide you through the whole process. So don't worry. So if this course sounds really good to you, at the moment, they do have courses running in London and in Manchester as weekday courses. And they also have one in Glasgow as well, as 11 in-person weekends, plus a few extra evenings online as well. So all the links for this course will be in the description box. And I do have a full video talking about this, which goes through all the different prices, the pricing plans, more detail about what you'll be learning and how to get on this course and what the application process is like. So if you want to fast track into becoming a counsellor, this is a 2.5 year route, which is really, really quick. And you can watch this at the end of this video if you'd like to. So let's move on to route number 2. Now, route number 2 is similar to route number 1, but I would say this one is a preferable option for those of you who might not need to transition as quickly, who are not in a rush to transition into counselling, as this takes a bit longer. It could take 3 to 5 years depending on where you start from, and I'm going to explain that in a minute. So if you don't have as much time on your hands and you may be still working your job and you're still needed there, this can allow you to have a slower transition into counselling while still working and doing other things. Not to say that you can't work while you're doing route 1, but this one definitely has a bit more flexibility. So this route is quite similar, so let me explain it to you. So with this route, the reason I said it's 3 to 5 years is because it depends where you start. So one thing is you could start by doing an introduction course or a foundation course. Same thing, it's foundation introduction. You can do that to begin with, and this is just a few weeks, and it just basically gives you an insight into what counselling is and how it works, and some of the core fundamentals of what it is to be a counsellor and what counselling involves. So this is good for those of you who might not be 100% sure that you want to go into this field, but you're considering it and you're like, not really sure if this is for me, not sure if this is really what I want. This might be a good place to start, but it is not mandatory. So this is why I said 3 to 5 years, because if you skip this, then that means you can start at level 2. So level 2 is where most people probably start if they're really sure that this is what they want to do. The level 2 course is a few weeks. It varies in how long it is because it depends on the course provider. Some are a bit longer than others, some are a bit shorter than others. So I do, of course, have a video on what you can expect from a level 2 diploma, going into more detail about the length, the time, the cost, and things like that, which you can also watch at the end of this video and will be linked in the description box, as well as all the other videos I'm going to mention. So the level 2 can be in person or online, so it's your preference. But I think a lot of them are available online these days, because this one is not mandatory to do in person. So you could do this online if you wanted to. And this will go over the fundamentals and the core things that you need to know about becoming a counsellor, and will obviously set you up nicely to then go on to level 3. Level 3 is what I did, and it's a full academic year, so it'll be like September to like May, June-ish, depending on the course provider, of course. So this one, you'll have quite a bit more to do in terms of assignments, and you'll be doing a lot of role play with each other in the classroom, so that you can get used to using counselling techniques and using counselling skills and getting used to that process. And then you'll be assessed on your ability to have a session with the client as well. That was one of the assessments we did as well. So level 3 can also be delivered online or in person as well. However, I would suggest try to do this in person, because I remember when I did it, and I think I definitely preferred it in person. But because COVID started while we were still on the course, we ended up transitioning to online. And honestly, we all hated it. We really struggled with it. But I think, of course, a lot of people now are used to kind of doing stuff online. So it might be easy, it might be comfortable for you. And don't get me wrong, I totally understand the convenience of just doing things from home anyway. So I'm not going to judge you. But I think this course is just a lot more fluid and smoother when it's done in person. So if you're able to go to your local college or university, then I would say do that. So after this, then you've got the level 4, which is 2 years if it's not part of the fast track course, of course. The level 4 on its own is normally 2 years, and this is where you finally get to work with clients, and you finally go to placement, and you have supervision, and you have your personal therapy as well. So for this one, this course should not be available online. So if you find someone advertising online saying that it's fully done online, then no, don't take it. It's not legit. If this is changed in the future, I'll try and keep you guys updated. But as far as I know, level 4 courses are not supposed to be fully online. Some of them do partially offer a little bit online, but most of them are usually face-to-face. So be prepared for that. And of course, I already have a video for the level 4, which you can watch at the end of this video. So all these videos will be in the playlist to help you with transitioning from your career into counselling. And also, while you're doing your level 4, you'll need to make sure you've got your insurance. Of course, do you know what I'm going to say? I have a video on that as well. So if you're not sure where to get started in terms of what insurance provider, how much, how long, whatever, I've got a video talking all about that, which will also be in the playlist. So this route will take a bit longer than the first one. But of course, when it comes to just money and everything, I do have a funding playlist talking about how you can get loans, bursaries, grants for different courses. So don't worry too much about that if that's a concern for you. However, these are the 2 routes that you can take to transition from whatever career you're in into counselling. And if you'd like to know more, if you're still not sure, you can book a one-to-one consultation with me, and that's already linked in the description box. If you want to talk to me about your path, we can discuss that on a one-to-one. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. So let me know in the comment section which career you're currently in, and let's have a chit chat about what it's like being in that industry and what's making you come into counselling. So of course, this is my first career, so I'm not transitioning from a different career into counselling. But anyways, it would be nice to hear where you guys are coming from. So until the next video, or in one of my other videos, the level 2, level 3, or level 4, or the insurance video, good day, goodbye, and good night.